How will you empower the women in your area?
When a bill is passed by the state legislature, what options does the governor have in front of him?
What is the historical significance of Banaras?
How is justice or bulldozer justice different from justice?
In common perception, when we talk about uniformed services in India, the army has a very positive image in the minds of people. However, the police forces is viewed with skepticism. Why is it so?
May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please be seated. Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sir, my name is Shakti Dubey. I belong to Prayagraj district of Uttar Pradesh. I have done most of my education and schooling from Prayagraj itself. I did my graduation from University of Allahabad, and further I moved to Banaras Hindu University to complete my post-graduation in biochemistry, which I have completed in 2018. Since then, I have been preparing for the civil services examination, and this is my 4th attempt at UPSC.
Shakti, you are so passionate to join the civil services. Civil services, if you ask me my opinion about the civil services, it is a very complicated service. Perks are not commensurate with the efforts you make while working as a civil servant. Decision making is pretty slow and all that. Still, you are wanting to join the civil service. Could you give me a plausible explanation for this?
Yes, sir, because looking at the career option that I was looking for, it was basically coupled with my personal growth and development, along with having the power to empower the people in the society to bring changes at the societal level. So according to that, I think UPSC civil services provides that opportunity to work at the ground level, to understand the problem, and to design policies, etc., that can help for the betterment and upliftment of the people. So this is what has attracted me towards the civil services. So you want
to empower the people who are not otherwise empowered. Suppose you are posted as district magistrate of Prayagraj. How do you skill the youth?
So first and the foremost thing with respect to skilling the youth is there is a need to first analyze the issues that are there in this district, first thing. Second thing, we need to understand the gaps that are there in the people, what is required, and accordingly there are also certain government programs that government has started, like the Kaushal Vikas Yojana, etc. According to that, people can be made aware about government scheme and they can be enrolled for the same. For their that can help them in giving the skills for employment as well as for their overall development as the society and economy of the district.
And how will you empower the women in your area?
So there are certain specific issues related to women if you look at Uttar Pradesh in general and Prayagraj, of course. First and the foremost problem is the lack of participation of women at the leadership position, both in the social as well as in the political sphere. Second thing is there is still the patriarchal mindset that is entrenched there. We see the problems of son meta preference that is still going on. So there are first and foremost thing is to focus on the education for women, so that they are aware about their rights, they are aware about the policies and schemes that the government is coming up for them, so that they can better understand their abilities, their capabilities, and can come forward.
What steps will you take for women's safety?
So for women's safety, I think for certain things like, first is awareness of women about their rights, first thing. Second, we can have for the safety and security, another important thing that can be done is installing CCTV cameras, so as to make them secure while they are traveling or while they are out. Second thing is the laws related to the sexual harassment at the workplace can be properly implemented, having the complaint committee, etc., so that women, they are comfortable in working. Apart from that, if in order to engage the married women, etc., in workplace, we need to have proper policies related to the crèche facilities, etc., and proper leaves also should be provided to women so that they are able to manage their work-life balance. They can have a proper work-life balance.
Talking about the health system in our country, do you think that India should go for health for all or insurance for all principle?
Sir, I think they are having its own importance, both. They think health for all, insurance both. I think, however, the focus should be first on prevention. That is so that we can avoid the diseases, or we can avoid the problem of poor health. That thus the focus should be first on nutrition, etc. And apart from that, insurance can also be coupled with this. However, my own suggestion would be to focus first on prevention rather than cure and insurance.
What is the difference between a preventive treatment and a promotive treatment?
I think preventive treatment is, sir, the basically steps like vaccination or immunization, and also awareness among people, ensuring cleanliness, etc., so as to avoid the disease at the first place. Promotive is in case the disease, there are certain disease that are spread. For example, anything like cancer, etc., in women are very prevalent, the breast cancer or cervical cancer, etc. Then proper treatment should be available so that they are able to avail those treatments. They are affordable as well as accessible for them.
Thank you very much.
Shakti, I could see in your DAV that your home village is in Balia district.
Yes, sir, my father belongs to Balia. My father and mother belong to Balia.
So you don't feel that you belong to Balia?
No, so actually I have been born and brought up in Prayagraj, so I have stayed throughout my life in Prayagraj.
So have you visited your village ever?
Yes, sir, once or twice.
Only twice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Balia is part of which division of Uttar Pradesh?
Sir, Azamgarh division of...
And how many other districts are there?
Sorry, sir, I need to read about that.
Okay. Which language is spoken there locally?
Bhojpuri.
And nowadays you are studying in Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
Which language is spoken in Prayagraj?
So Hindi is there, and along with that there are different dialects in different regions.
Which dialects are spoken by the villagers around Allahabad?
So some of them speak Bhojpuri, is also prevalent in most of the part, and there is also Awadhi, some people they speak. There is also a dialect called Allahabadi dialect that is also very prevalent in Prayagraj.
And Bhojpuri is spoken in many other countries of the world also. Are you aware of the countries where Bhojpuri is used by the people?
No, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not aware about that.
You don't know about any of the countries?
No, sir. I think I'm more probably, if I could take a guess, it could be countries like Nepal, which is closer to the border of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar.
Okay. Your preference for foreign service is very low, 6th.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So actually my preference for this service is the Indian Administrative Service and the Indian Police Service. Apart from that,
I understand, but why foreign service is so low?
So, but based on my limited knowledge, I have arranged, because I had to give preference to different services. So accordingly, I have placed first and second is the main preference. Beyond that, I have just, based on the knowledge I had about the services, I have ranked them in that order.
Which institutions in the world are called Bretton Woods institutions?
Okay, so these are the institutions that have been established at the Bretton Woods Conference, which includes the IMF, then it is the World Bank, and then the later World Trade Organization was formed as it was after as a successor of GATT. That was the, sorry, I cannot recall the full form of that.
And where are they located? Their headquarters?
So headquarters, sorry, I need to read about that. I cannot recall.
And what about the World Bank? Do we have any person of Indian origin officiating there at the top level?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about that.
Okay. Have you also heard about Financial Stability Board?
FSB, yes, sir, I have heard about the Financial Stability Board. So this basically looks after the, so I've heard about it, but I need to read. I'm not aware.
What about World Economic Forum?
World Economic Forum. Yes, it is an international or multilateral organization that looks across the economy of the world, and it basically provides information related to that only.
Is it an agency of the UN?
No, sir, it is not an agency of UN.
So what kind of institution it is?
It's an independent autonomous institution.
Okay. And why they are in news?
So I need to read about it. I'm sorry.
Do they have their annual conference sometimes in January?
So I'm not aware about that. I will need to read about it.
Okay. And you like playing badminton?
Yes, sir. Recently I have developed an interest and I'm trying to explore this sport.
Can you tell us many of the famous badminton players from Uttar Pradesh?
So from Uttar Pradesh.
Names of 2-3 players?
So if I'm not wrong, Saina Nehwal.
Is CSE from Uttar Pradesh?
Sorry, so I think I just know some prominent badminton players in general, like Prakash Padukone, Saina Nehwal.
I'm talking about players from Uttar Pradesh.
No, sir, I'm not aware specifically from Uttar Pradesh.
My final question. What's the difference between E. coli and B. coli?
So these are two different strains of the bacteria that, so exact difference I'm not aware about.
Anyway, thank you.
Shakti, you are a student of PSIR. Okay. So tell me, what is the difference between a federation and a confederation?
So federation a federation is basically an arrangement where the states they come together. There can be two types of federation: coming together federation and holding together federation. Coming together federation, the best example is USA, where 50 countries they have come together to form a federal unit. While holding together federation, India is a good example of that. Apart from that, confederation, if I talk about, the example can be European Union, where several countries, though they are sovereign in its own being, help.
India is said to be quasi-federal.
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Because the Indian constitution have both the federal as well as the unitary features that are there. There are federal features like the 7th schedule, where the power between the center and state is properly divided. And apart from that, we also have the bicameral legislature at the center.
What do you understand by confrontational federalism? And do you think in recent times it has become a defining feature of Indian federalism? Confrontational federalism.
Yes, I would not say that it has become a defining feature, but however, this is a term which is used in a derogatory sense, which basically implies the difference in opinion that is going on between the center and state, basically because of the office of governor, like we are watching, because of the issues, especially in the states where
when a bill is passed by the state legislature, what options does the governor have in front of him?
So the governor has the power to give assent to the bill, can send the bill for the reconsideration, can also reserve the bill for the presidential consideration.
So only 3 options are there, or 4 options are there?
And can also reject the bill, give the assent, withhold the assent, or it can return it for reconsideration or send it to the president for the consideration.
Can the governor keep it pending?
So constitutionally this should not be done because Article 200 directly says commands the governor to give the assent to the bill or react on that as soon as possible.
Okay, Shakti, tell me, there has been this trouble in our neighborhood where India is being accused of being a bully by one of our neighbors. Do you agree with this viewpoint?
No, sir, I will not agree with that India is being seen as a bully, because India has always considered the neighboring countries, especially the smaller.
We consider the neighborhood to be our backyard. That makes us a bully.
Not a backyard, sir. I will not call it a bully. However, India has tried to project itself as leader especially in the Indian Ocean region, and is trying to establish its stronghold and emerge as a net security provider. For this, India has been continuously engaging with these countries, and at times this stand of India is being looked upon as given the term that is called as the Big Brother syndrome, where India is trying to.
Okay, what was Operation Ajay, and where was it conducted?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall right now.
Now, Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam has been passed, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you think this measure is too late?
Sir, but even if it is late, I think these kind of concrete steps are very important to ensure the participation of the women in the political sphere, because whatever bills or whatever laws that are made in the country should have the women central.
When will it be implemented?
So after the census of 2026 and the new delimitation, when it will be conducted, after that it will be implemented.
My final question to you, because you come from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
And Uttar Pradesh is known for bulldozer justice.
Yes, sir.
So how is justice or bulldozer justice different from justice?
Sir, in my opinion, bulldozer justice is basically a very confrontational approach. This should not be adopted because everything has a procedure. Through law, it should be taken up. However, the government has been taking this step, but according to government, it is basically done on the buildings, etc., that have been done illegally.
Do you think there is an element of collective punishment in this?
Yes, sir, but this should be avoided.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, Shakti. Good morning. My first question is, since you have lived in Banaras, right? What is the historical significance of Banaras city?
Banaras is basically considered to be the spiritual capital of Uttar Pradesh because of the presence of various spiritual pilgrimage sites, like the Kashi Vishwanath temple is there. We also have a Shakti Peeth there, that is known as the Vishalakshi temple. Apart from that, the Ghat, that is, since it is located on the bank of river Ganga, the Ghats also hold a huge significance there. So that is why it has been considered as a spiritual capital.
Okay. List some of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites from UP.
Ma'am, one is the Taj Mahal, Fatehpur Sikri. I think I can recall only 2, right?
Alright. Which city in UP is known as Nath Nagri?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware about that.
Alright, okay. like tell us about the problems of your district that you live and how you can overcome, or what steps will you take to overcome those problems?
Three major problems as I can observe in Prayagraj district that I have observed it. First is the issue of the lack of women participation. I still see there women are not actively engaged in outdoor work especially. Second thing is there is also the concern related to safety and security of women. Third thing that I would like to highlight is the problem that goes on there is of criminalization of politics is also an issue in the entire Uttar Pradesh as a state, and Prayagraj as a district even.
What are the steps that you will take?
So, in order to ensure the safety and security of women, I think women must be aware about their rights. They must be educated. Education is the primary step in this regard. And talking about the criminalization of politics, for that I think there is a need that we come up with a proper code of conduct that has to be followed so that we can avoid the criminals in the politics as such.
Some of the handicrafts of Eastern UP.
Handicrafts are Moonj products from the Prayagraj, which is also one district under the one district one product. The baskets etc. they are very famous. Apart from that, Bhadohi, the carpet is very famous from there. From Banaras, the Banarsi silk, and from Lucknow, the chikankari embroidery is also very famous. So,
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Shakti,
yes,
you have done some work in the field of nanomaterials as well. Can you tell us what are nanomaterials?
Basically, the particles which are in the size of 1 to 100 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. They are considered to be the nanoparticles. Basically, at this size, the particle they exhibit certain specific characteristic features that is being exploited for advancement or this technology and other.
Okay. Can you tell us some of the applications of these nanomaterials apart from healthcare?
Okay, sir. Apart from healthcare, recently the liquid nano-urea that was being patented by IFCO, it can be used as because this will decrease the excessive overuse of urea and etc. Apart from that, cordyceps nanoparticle were also there. Those were for the health sector only, for the drug delivery. Apart from that, we can also have nano detectors etc. that can be used for detecting say the pollutants etc. in the air etc. and that this will make it very easy for people to understand the...
Do we see the use of nanomaterials in the apparel industry as well?
Yes sir, I think recently there has been the use of the smart materials that we are talking about. In that also there has been the debate or discussion around the use of nanomaterials.
Okay. You have done some work in the cancer drug delivery also. Of late we are witnessing a greater prominence of cancer cases in our population.
Yes,
what could be the possible reasons for sudden spike in the number of cancer cases?
So I think one of the major reason for, since cancer is basically considered to be a non-communicable disease, mutation related problem that basically takes place. I think a lifestyle of people can be one reason. For example, there is increase after the COVID, there has been increase in mental health related issues also. People have resorted to things like smoking etc. That could be one cause. Health and hygiene, lack of proper health and hygiene, specifically in case of women, that is leads to problem like cervical cancer etc. So I think these are some of the reasons I can recall right now.
Okay, since you mentioned the mental health aspect,
yes.
So mental health is essentially a psychological problem, or it has a biological basis also?
I think sir, this is a combination. It's a very complex process. The mental health of a person is impacted by many factors. It can be some biological health related issues. It can also be based on the environment in which they are. It also depends upon the level of stress they are taking, etc. So it is basically a complex process combining of several other factors also.
Okay. I see that your father was associated with the UP police.
Yes, sir.
So in common perception, when we talk about uniformed services in India, the army has a very positive image in the minds of people. However, the police forces is viewed with skepticism.
Yes, sir.
Why is it so?
So I think this is basically an issue of the behavior and lack of trust that exists between the people. At times, police in several places, especially in Uttar Pradesh, has been very assertive in exercising their power. So this is one of the reason why there is lack of trust among the people and the police, and this is the reason why people are not very much comfortable, or they are not very much cordial they feel with the police department.
And what can be done to solve this problem?
I think there has to be change in the behavioral aspect. I think especially the police training should be done such that so they view the problems with sensitivity and they are much more cordial, and they have to be very much more empathetic towards the public. So I think this could be one
Okay.
reason.
Do you know about DSIBs, domestic systemically important banks?
Yes, sir, I have read about them.
What are these banks, and who gives this recognition to any bank?
So I need to read about that. But I'm
Okay,
not
no
able to
problem.
recall right now.
Can you tell us which is the largest bank in the world?
No, sir, I'm sorry, I'm not aware
In
about
India?
that. State Bank of India?
I suggest you read a little on that issue.
Okay, sir.
Okay, my final question to you is, I am assuming that you must have read about the GST.
Yes.
Petrol and diesel are not included under the purview of GST. Why?
Yes, sir. So these are basically, and because these are the major source of revenue for the states, so they have been left it up to the states in order to, because GST was a gradual, it is to be implemented gradually so that states are not deprived of their revenue. So there are certain elements like the alcohol or this petrol, diesel, etc. It has been left to the states as of now.
So it is just the petrol and diesel, or there are any other fuels as well which are not under GST?
Sir, I can recall, I think petrol and diesel are the only fuels that are not under the purview of GST, but other products like alcohol, newspaper, etc. are also not under the purview of GST. It is
Okay, just read about it a little bit.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Shakti, it is generally believed that women living in the Indo-Gangetic basin are more susceptible to ovarian cancer. Is it scientifically proven hypothesis?
So in my opinion, it's not in scientific that specifically women of the Gangetic plains are exposed to ovarian cancer. I think this is an hygiene related issue. Whenever proper menstrual hygiene is not maintained, the women, they go through this issue of, and they develop cyst or cancer in their ovaries, and they also suffer from problems of cervical cancer.
Okay, what do you mean by new feminism?
New feminism, this is basically, sir, that we are observing in the recently, because of the advent of the digital technology, a new wave of feminism, for example, the Me Too movement, etc., that took place. I think, in my opinion, this is the new.
This is your explanation of new feminism. Okay. One last question. You write poems, quotes. You are also a debater.
Yes, sir.
Your creativity is at the best while writing poems, or while debating, or writing quotes?
So, and I think I write good quotes. And
Good quotes.
Yes, sir.
Can you share one or two good quotes which are very close to your heart?
Yes, sir. One quote I have written was, "Cracks were the real weakness of the walls, but cracks were also the reason the light entered within." So one is this. Another, "Blessings are intended to be your reward, yet the deeds are still the cause."
Wonderful. Any poem which you really like?
Yes, sir. I think
Of your own?
okay, sir. I will try my best to recall it. One poem I have written on "What do you write?" is the theme of the poem. Okay. I write the sky and even moon. I write the darkness and also noon. I write the music and all the pain. I write the warriors and their gain. I write the darkness and the twilight. I write the twilight and little fear. I write the mornings crystal clear. I write the walk and late night talks. I write the pictures always talked. I write the lovers and all the rain, and I write you above all names. So
Thank you very much. Nice interacting with you. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Come in, sir.
Come in. Your interview date has not come.
No, sir, not yet.
It's not in the first phase. Okay. Which attempt is this?
It's a fourth attempt. Yes, sir.
So how was your experience today with us?
This experience was good, but I need to work a lot on myself again.
There's a lot of time also for that.
Yes, sir.
Nothing to worry about. You
Yes,
see,
sir.
your positives. You have an excellent communication skill.
Thank you, sir.
We asked you questions on a variety of issues, and you tried to answer to the questions to the best of your abilities, and with a very clearly and confidently. That is how it should be.
Okay, sir.
That is very good in you. Your total demeanor, total persona is very good.
Thank
Very
you, sir.
positive body language. Trace of a smile also at times, but by and large you appear to be nervous. So you have to get over your nervousness. That is
Yes,
important. And you are not supposed to be sitting like this. Go back slightly and rest your shoulder on. Yes, this is the proper posture of sitting.
Okay, sir.
So when you go there, make sure that you sit like this. that gives an impression that this girl is really positive, energetic. So you should appear to be energetic and positive. That is very important. And you should be loving the interview session, isn't it? It's not a quiz competition or question and answer. Simply some questions are asked and you have to respond to those questions to the best of your abilities. Again, I am telling you, board will like to see whether you are a fit candidate for the civil services or not, because the test of your personality. Number one is your personal integrity, whether this girl is maintains her integrity or not while answering questions, and integrity of purpose. The way you answer questions, that should reflect of your honesty, isn't it? So, meaning thereby, no answers based on conjectures and surmises. Either you know or you don't know. Doesn't matter if you don't know 3, 4, 5 questions. Doesn't matter. But no compromise on integrity issue. Then most of the issues, questions, try to give a very balanced view. After weighing pros and cons of alternatives, give a very balanced view. That is very. Stay what you are, your natural in a natural way. So be yourself. That is very important. Communication is first class. Don't ever try to. You didn't argue with us, but don't ever try to argue with board members. So we can't afford to be argumentative. With all this, let's come to today's performance. By and large, these are all positives. You see, you entered into the area of guesswork while talking about badminton. If you don't know, candidly admit, sir, I don't recollect any name, any badminton player who hails from UP. Matter ends there. The moment you start Saina Nehwal, this, that, then you are in trouble. Then again, make sure that doesn't happen when you go. Incidentally, I think Syed Modi is a big name in UP, isn't it? Anyway, my basic point is, if you don't recollect, no issues. But in your eagerness to name somebody, don't give a wrong name. That is what is important. E. coli, B. coli, I think E. coli is bacteria and B. coli is protozoa. Isn't it? So that's the difference. So you have done your post-graduation and all that. Somebody may be interested in knowing not this question, but some other question or some related question. There again, you have to be very, very attentive to understand the intent of the question. What exactly is required from me? And then, if you don't know, again, same thing, same logic apply. Doesn't know, you have studied that, doesn't mean that you should be speaking without knowing. GST also, your question was answered all right, but on prodding, you said that petroleum products and all that, it includes crude oil, ATS, everything. So if you had elaborated, probably your answer would have been one notch above. Then in terms of market capitalization, after this merger of SDFC and Finance, has emerged the biggest bank in the country. This for your information. Operation Ajay, people from Israel were lifted. So that is what is called. So there are 4 or 5 operations. A student of political science and international affairs are supposed to be knowing all that. Then on the bully issue, India is a bully and all that. So your answer was okay, but you could have refined your answer by citing some examples of Gujral doctrine. We follow Gujral doctrine, we follow neighborhood first policy, Sagar, and all those issues are there. So such questions which are your strong areas, there try to think quickly how more refined answers I can give. So that will help you also. World Economic Forum and all that, general questions were there. So again, bottom line is same. Either you know or you don't know. You don't know, say I don't know that. Doesn't matter. You are from UP, a lot of issues are there with UP, positive and negative both. So study your state thoroughly. More so, your father is still a police officer. He is a sub-inspector. So what are the problems faced by the police? Number one. Particularly at the cutting edge level. What are the possible solutions? What are the problems faced by the people with police?
With respect to police,
And technological innovations which have been done in the recent past to reform the police department. You must be aware of all those things, including that zero FIR and all that. You should be fully aware of community policing and all those concepts. how much expenditure in UP is on the police department. Do you think it is enough or more is required to be done? Police being sent for the protection of political masters. Is it a desirable situation where the police public ratio is so low in our country? Incidentally, you should also know what is the standard ratio and what is the national average and how UP has been doing and where does it stand. Yes. And police reforms, Prakash Singh, other committees are there. Read about police reforms also. And the commensurate system of versus your traditional system. So the differences. I think you are a wonderful candidate, a very good candidate for the civil services. And just keep your head on your shoulder.
Yes, sir.
Be honest and try to answer your questions, all the questions with your proper understanding and being neutral, being balanced. And we have no doubt in our mind that in the interview you will be getting very good marks. And if you have really done well in your mains examination, you should be in the list of successful candidates. No doubt in our minds. If you have any specific question to ask, feel free to ask.
No, sir. Thank you. You have addressed most of it.
I think you will be going in a sari?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today was the first day. So
okay, all right. Whatever sari you wear, you should know about that also. Which fabric and all that.
Yes,
because you are coming from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
So, and the name change and all that, those are very hackneyed questions. Those questions may be asked. Then again, give a very balanced. Yes or no. Before saying yes or no, give logic for that.
Okay.
Our answers have to be very, very logical.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.